Loaded Question is back as a reward from this week's Nightfall, and I managed to grab a few good rolls. These are the perks now available on the weapon. The damage perks of interest are Reservoir Burst and Controlled Burst, paired with either mag extension perks Overflow or Envious Assassin. Thankfully I was able to pick up some of these combinations. All of the following damage tests I ran with 3 reserve perks of a matching element and 2 times loader mods of the same. I did not run any surge mods or weaken effects to keep the numbers consistent throughout, starting with accelerated coils with overflow and controlled bursts, with the adept big one spec. With this, we dealt a total of 932k against Big Greg. Next, I changed boss spec to adept charge time, which should lower the charge time but not reduce the damage, which is exclusive to this adept mod. With this change I managed 869,000 damage, but did not notice a difference in charge speed. The stats for charge speed also do not change. Finally, I tried liquid coils, which gives more damage but the downside of a slower charge. Again, the charge time number in-game remained unchanged at 960 ms. And the shots in-game reflected that, but I was still benefiting from the increased damage and dealt a total of 1,019k. So it seems there is a bug or maybe a feature, but Loaded Question remains at a static charge time of 960 ms. I'm not sure if this is across other high impact fusion rifles or just this one. But it stands to reason that to make the most of this weapon you want to run both liquid coils and adept big ones to maximise damage. I also got a roll with overflow and reservoir burst, alongside ionised battery to maximise the mag size. This dealt a total of 962k damage, a little under but still competitive with controlled burst. Now these numbers are with overflow. I did not manage to obtain any god rolls with the other mag extending perk Ambitious Assassin. These numbers with this will be slightly higher as Ambitious maxes out at 2.5 times the original mag size, whereas Overflow maxes out at 2 times. This won't be a massive DPS increase, but will for sure be one. If we look at competing fusion rifles, Cartesian Coordinate with Vorpal weapon and accelerated coils hits for 917,000 damage. Techian Force with reconstruction and controlled bursts hits for 874k damage, but was able to use its whole reserves before the damage phase was over. If it remained firing for the whole phase, it would equate to roughly 1,048,000 damage, but obviously ammo economy has to be considered when choosing weapons anyway. Looking at the raw DPS numbers of these rolls, we come to the following. Crafted Techian Force comes in at 34,968. If we use liquid coils, adept big ones, overflow and controlled burst on the Loaded Question, we come to 33,988. If we use ionised battery alongside overflow, reservoir and adept big ones, we come to 32,084. If we use a Cartesian Coordinate with Vorpal weapon, we get 30,584. And if we opt to use an adept charge time on the Loaded Question, we come to 28,998. With this in mind, I would rate Loaded Question as the new best boss damage fusion rifle. The roll I had in this case was not perfect, and Envious Assassin instead of Overflow will push it into the top spot among fusion rifles. You also have the added benefit of a strong ammo economy. I had 7 shots remaining after the 30-second damage window, and if all shots were fired, the total damage would come to 1,416,000, compared to Tekken's total of 874,000. And high impact fusion rifles also have the best range in class. This is one you must absolutely grind for this week, it has some amazing potential. Thank you for watching.